It's a natural response to overwhelming trauma. It affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and cultures. Women are twice as likely to develop it as men. Symptoms can appear months or even years later. Many people don't seek help, and stigma is a major reason. Post-traumatic stress disorder is what happens when the body survives, but the soul doesn't know how to move on. It's the invisible wound left behind by something deeply disturbing. Violence, loss, betrayal, or a moment so overwhelming that it shattered your sense of safety in the world. It's not just thinking too much about the past. It's the past refusing to stay in the past. PTSD lives in the body like a quiet fire. It can be the sound of footsteps behind you, the sudden raise of someone's voice, the silence after a door slams shut. It's the unexpected rush of panic, the tightness in your chest, the shame of not being over it, the loneliness of carrying something no one else can see. People with PTSD often don't look sick. They smile, they work, they love, they try. But beneath the surface, they are constantly scanning for danger, because their nervous system still believes the danger is real. They might avoid places, people, or even emotions that remind them of their trauma. Sometimes they go numb, not out of indifference, but because their body is trying to protect them from feeling too much. And it's not always war or disaster that causes it. Sometimes trauma begins where no one is looking, like childhood emotional neglect and abuse. When a child grows up in a home where their emotions are dismissed, where love has to be earned, or where nothing they do ever feels good enough, they learn something dangerous. My feelings don't matter. And that belief sinks in, quietly but deeply. It weaves itself into how they love, how they see themselves, and how safe they feel in their own skin. Even as adults, they may struggle to trust, to connect, to feel worthy of belonging. That's not just insecurity. That's the echo of early trauma, one that shaped a life in ways most will never see. Or witnessing or experiencing violence. Violence leaves a mark that isn't always visible. Maybe it was a physical assault. Maybe it was growing up in a home where yelling turned into hitting. Maybe it was watching someone you love get hurt while you stood frozen, powerless. When that moment comes, the one where your breath disappears and your body locks down, time may stop. But your nervous system doesn't. It remembers. Long after the bruises fade, your body still flinches, still braces for the blow that's not coming, but feels like it is. That's not weakness. That's trauma, alive in the body, doing its best to protect you. Sometimes, trauma wears the face of sudden loss. One call, one crash, one goodbye you never got to prepare for. Losing someone in an instant, a parent, a partner, a best friend, tears a hole in your world. If that moment arrived with shock, helplessness, or guilt, it can carve itself into your nervous system like a scar that never fully heals. This isn't just grief, it's a rupture. PTSD from loss doesn't only mourn the person, it mourns the life you thought you had, the normal you assumed would last, the future that vanished in a moment. Rebuilding from that kind of pain isn't about moving on. It's about learning how to move forward, carrying what still matters. And not all trauma is emotional. Sometimes it's physical and terrifying. A car crash, a surgery that went wrong, an illness that left you fighting for your life in a cold, sterile room. The body remembers, the breathlessness, the helplessness, the fluorescent lights above you, the fear that you might not make it. Even after your body heals, your mind might replay it, uninvited, unrelenting. You might avoid hospitals or crowds, or feel anxious about your health in ways that don't make sense to others. It's not overreacting. It's your body remembering what it survived. And sometimes, trauma doesn't come from one moment. It comes from living in fear over and over again. PTSD can grow slowly, quietly, over years of being unsafe. If you grew up in a home where anything could explode at any moment, where moods were unpredictable, where you walked on eggshells every day, your body learned to stay alert, to read the room before speaking, to flinch before the sound came. And even now, Long after the danger is gone, you may still live on edge. Because that's how you survived. That wasn't drama. That wasn't exaggeration. That was your nervous system adapting to chaos. And it worked. You're still here. Trauma is personal. What breaks one person might not break another. But that doesn't make it any less real. PTSD is not weakness. It is not brokenness. It is a deeply human, deeply courageous response to something that was too much, too fast, or too cruel. Recovery is possible, but healing isn't linear. It's slow, messy, often painful. It means telling the truth about what hurt you. It means feeling safe in your own body again. It means forgiving yourself for the ways you learned to survive, and being gentle with the parts of you that are still afraid. PTSD may be part of your story, but it does not get to be the whole story. There is light, even after long nights. There is softness, even after hardness. And there is life, still waiting for you, beyond the memories. You are not alone, you are not broken. You are surviving, sometimes quietly, sometimes fiercely. And that, in itself, is extraordinary. If you or someone you love is living with PTSD, reach out. Therapists, support groups, safe conversations. They may not be quick fixes, but they are steps toward peace. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to find safety again. You are allowed to heal.